Hi everyone, so this is Leyana and I'm here right now on the Carnage. It's a lovely day out and I'm here with Piper, who is a young Grenadian artist. We're going to chat a little bit with Piper, trying to get to know who he is and to see what he has been up to. So how are you doing, Piper?
So far so good. I'm great. No complaints.
All right, so I know you've been around for a while. You aren't new to the whole music business, but for the people that don't know who you are, could you tell us a bit more about how you came onto the music scene?
Um, Being in the music scene, I've been doing music since 2001. So that is about 12, 13 years. But it's basically I came in as an artist, did a couple songs, then I stopped, went into producing, writing, and managing, and now back to being an artist again. So throughout the years, it's been like from in school, having a little crew and thing and whatnot, from there to what it is now. So it's a long story.
All right, so now you're actually an artist. We could say that. Okay. How was the transition from like being a producer to being an artist? Was that difficult for you to do?
Nah, it wasn't. It was really easy because being a producer, actually from being an artist to into a producer to then back to an artist, being a producer actually gives you the kind of you're behind the scenes a lot, and you get a chance to see what you were doing wrong before, and then doing producing and you making the music and whatnot, you doing the backdrop of what every artist uses. It makes being an artist much easier because you understand the background and everything else that people don't see. You understand that, so it's a plus.
So you think you have more of an advantage?
I would say, yeah.
All right. So would you say that your genre is specifically rap?
Nah, it's you see, I started from rap, and that is all I used to do. And then actually, the next good thing about being into producing, I did a lot of producing, a lot of soca, reggae, and all types of genres of music. And what that done was it basically opened ideas, you open your eye to doing other things and other types of music. So I ventured into a lot of different type of music, still not released yet, but I'm experimenting with reggae, soca, even pop music, and I don't want to say pop music, it's not really a genre, but different types of pop music. So yeah, it's a lot of different things, but generally rap.
Okay. So in Grenada, you know, people usually have their views on the different types of genres of music. They usually think that being a Grenadian, you should be restricted to soca or calypso, and that rap or anything like that is American. What's your views on that?
First of all, I can't blame them for saying that. I mean, once you're cultured into something, once you that is what you know, that is what you know, and it's if culture is not history, and it's two different things, and people usually get tied up, and culture is what happening now, and what's happening now is it's not calypso. Calypso was culture to us years ago. Right now it's soca, and you have to embrace any different type of cultures that penetrate yours, because that's what makes culture so fun. So like every decade you see a different type of music coming in, you can't ignore it. It's not, we can't pretend it's not playing on the radio and not influencing kids and whatnot. So I can't pretend like I knew all this thing that I don't know. I don't know calypso music. I don't know soca music as well as I know hip hop. So I can't blame them, but it is what it is. That's what I do. So.
All right. What's about the name Piper? How did you choose that name for yourself?
I didn't choose that name, and I had that name. It was a nickname that was given to me since primary school. So I grew up with that name. Because I remember, like, even when I started to rap and thing, I came up with a rap name, which was R Flow. And then, and then we tried, and it just didn't feel normal. And then everybody still just called me Piper, so I was like, Piper.
So you grew up with that name, Piper?
Yeah, grew up with that name.
All right, cool. So Piper, let's talk a little bit more about your influences. Do you look up to any local artists in Grenada that has influenced you as a performer or as an artist?
Yeah, if you listen to the current single, the Where I'm From song, the song is, if you listen to the rap verses, it's actually about musicians who inspired me from the past, present, and people are looking at who I think should be doing a good job in the future. So and the names are like people like Talbury, people like they have people like Ajamo, Wizard, all these guys, and in some way, that in locally they inspired me a lot because actually see the art form within what they do. It's not just they're trying to think. They genuinely bring something to the table. So Ajamo, Wizard, Scholar, Talpri, Killer, all these guys. Yeah.
All right, cool. So, I mean, anybody could go in the studio once they have financial backing and whatnot. In your view, what's a good artist, or what makes a good artist?
Artists. First of all, I mean, anybody could go in the studio, as you say, and even make a hit. But being an artist to me is when you create something, and something that's what art is. You're creating something that your mind came up with. It's not just coming up with that chant that everyone will jump up to and whatnot. And that is the difference I see between just being an artist and being a musician. Because anybody could, I mean, you could beat a drum, and if it sounds alright, you could put down the song. But that doesn't necessarily make that drummer an artist. So I just think that the difference between an artist and someone who's just trying to think is how long they survive within the music industry. So it doesn't take much, but it takes a lot.
So consistency is the key.
Consistency and learning, and I mean, just keeping your eyes open. And I mean, I'm a person that spent like 10 years observing. I didn't take the mic. I went to be a producer to go in the background, and when I used to be in the backstage at the shows, and I say, nah, it's better to want to be in the crowd to see what it is that really will make the crowd behave. So for that guy, but when I come on, nothing happened. So I had to find out what that chemistry was. So being in the background, I had to learn a lot. So I guess that's a big part to play with it.
Okay, cool. So let's talk a little bit about the song Where I'm From. You mentioned it earlier. How is that going? I know you're doing a new video right now. What made you want to write a song like that?
When I did the song, as I said, it was more like it was around the time when Brother B was nominated for the award last year, and sometimes I felt this type of, you know what I mean, you feel pride when you see things like that. You see a Grenadian artist. I mean, we know Brother B, and I mean, like, from Liquor Wine to what he's doing now to bringing it to Hollywood, I felt real proud of him for that. And from that, I said, nah, I just wanted to do something about that, and that raised memory to other people I used to listen to, and it just spawned that song.
Okay, and it's a collaboration between yourself and Crystal. How did that whole thing come about?
Crystal, that was more of a surprise into the production, because I didn't plan to make the song. I personally, when I was creating it, I didn't want to make the song a big song. I tried to make it like, you know, like a more chill song. Like, you just listen to it and you're like, all right, yeah, I like the message, what if it is. And someone else was I didn't write the chorus. The person who wrote the chorus brought Crystal in the studio. We had someone else who did the chorus. It didn't work out. And then when he brought Crystal to the studio, they wrote the chorus that same night and sent the vocals to me. And the song was here. And when I heard the hook, it was like here. So it was wow. We just do it like that. And then I never met her until months after. I didn't meet her till a couple of weeks ago, because we never met in person, but we still had this big thing going on, this big song that was in the air. So I mean, it was great. It was an experiment, and it worked out very well.
Okay. Do you see yourself collaborating with any other local artists in the near future?
Actually, last year I was trying to collaborate with everybody, and it didn't work. And I think and that was before Where I'm From. I was trying I know almost all musicians in Grenada, so I just thought it would be easy to be like, yo, send me a verse, they do this, they do that. And I guess I didn't prove myself first, and they probably thought that I was just joking around or whatnot, so that didn't really work. But I still want to work with as much people that I think could, that we could create something together, and not just do our song just to see we do our song. I mean, yeah, I would love to work with as much people as possible. Not just anybody I feel that could, you know what I mean, I could develop from, or develop and that my skill with their skill to make a great song. You know, I don't want to just do it just to do it, you know what I mean? So I guess as time goes by, I'll see.
All right. So as we're wrapping up, Piper, what do you really want people to know about you?
Um, they could start buying the music. That is what I think. um, Not really, just nothing really. Just that I'm a regular guy that when I get into music, I try to take it as serious as possible. And it's not just running the studio, get a nice chorus, and just say stripping it's creativity. I mean, like I say, if you see where I'm from doing a song like that to switching it up to do a song like the name Biggeroo, to do a song Mass Lifestyle. It's just creativity, just playing with music and realizing that I mean, it's just what I do. Just try to create something instead of just go and make a song.
So you're all about taking it seriously and just expanding on that creative energy.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So what could we expect from you in the future?
Well, as soon as I head back to Atlanta after release, I'm releasing a mixtape, well, an LP. It has about 10 songs on it, and from there, hoping to hit the road and do a couple shows in the States and see where that could go. But I'm just trying to play with these two markets, the Caribbean and the South side of America. So that's just about it for now, for 2014. That's what I really want to do. Everything else is, I don't want to say anything out on, you know what I mean? Everything else is conflict so far.
Okay, do you find it easier to work out there than here in terms of the music industry?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. But the reason why is you could take it more serious out there because I mean, it's something like here I wasn't seeing how you're making it with music. And I didn't understand markets until I realized that if you get 1,000 people to support one song, how much that could do, and how easy it is, not easy, but how much easier it is to do it in a market that consumes it. When I say consume it, not just download it or whatnot, but they pay for music and whatnot. So I see more, it made it more easy to want to invest in music and get good quality music, because the people out there and they so far it's something new to a lot of people. You know what I mean? It is hip hop, but at the same time it is Caribbean hip hop that the American market to them is like, hey, you know, that song's different. You know what I mean? So to me it is easier to work out there than here. I come up with more ideas down here, and then I go up and then hit the studio.
Okay, all right. So any final thoughts? Anything?
Well, if y'all want to check, just want to let you know that you could check the website. The website is out now. It's piperplanet.com, and have all the music, all the updates. It's a blog, so I always put up video blogs. I write a lot, so all my thoughts, everything is on the site. It's so piperplanet.com. You can get all the information you need. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for chatting with us, and I wish you the best in the future.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
All right.